old engineer friend of ours that's passed now that got me on 1296 about 45 years ago. He said during World War II when he was working on the radar, they had to design some stuff to put aboard the ships because they were painting the coastline of the West Coast, painting the West Coast, the whole West Coast from out by Midway. So they had to put some kind of delay circuits in the radar so it didn't show up.
Funny. Alrighty, here we are now. We're now on the internet, so don't talk about people.
Why not?
Because they might be listening.
That's the way the Chinese cookie crumbles.
Oh yeah, no, I just like to warn people when I go online. Of course, I'm the only one watching it right now, so but we'll see who else comes in.
Somebody will be here. Mikey, or not Mikey, but Michael, AAJ is supposed to be here. I talked to him on the phone, but that's why I was sitting here, but I haven't heard anything from him yet.
Yeah, we'll see if he's on frequency, K6USY.
KM6SR is here.
KM6SRR, good evening, Rob. Sounds good.
Good evening, Bill. AA6S, and good evening, Aaron. K6USY. KM6SR, standing by.
Nothing like that height there, Rob.
Yeah, but I got little hills in the way of some people, so it has its pluses and minuses. Over.
Somebody else in there. Somebody else was in there, but get enough power you can go through the mountains.
Well, I don't know if my PG will handle that much. Over.
Yeah, pulse they might. Sometime I think mountains enhance it. We put an FM antenna up for a guy up by Three Rivers one time, and we told him we won't get anything up here. I mean, there was about I'd say at least a 700-foot mountain, and he was the base of it between him and Los Angeles. Turned the tuner on, and every station on Mount Wilson was like talking to you. I couldn't believe it. I still have never figured that one out yet.
Maybe he was getting a little favorable bounce. Over.
A bounce from what? It was no mully path. It peaked right at the mountain. It's like it was going right through it.
Well, it could have been another mountain behind him that they hit and then went right down to him. I know we get some pretty good bounces on some people here. Over.
Yeah, but this is 200 miles away.
Well, a bounce is a bounce.
Now you could turn the antenna around. It was coming directly from the mountain. Didn't matter where you pointed. When you peeked it at the mountain, that's where they were. And I still to this day don't understand that, because knife edge only get about 11 degrees maximum. And he'd have been about a 80-degree bend from where the peak of that mountain was, from where he was sitting. But anyway, it worked. I never have figured that out yet, but it did work.
Well, that's what counts, I guess. What band was he doing it on?
No, FM radio, 88 to 108 megs.
Huh, interesting. Well, I don't know. It worked. That's all I can say. KM6SR.
There he is.
How did you guess?
The Whistler knows.
Whistler does. He knows everything.
10-4 Rubber Duck.
That's right. I got two of you in here. Alpha 6 sugar at 800, or 2 times 400. One cheek is 400. The other cheek is 400. And then I got 432 in here. KM6 sugar radio.
727.
That or Santa runs Rabid. Hi, Mike.
Yeah, good evening, guys. 727 checking in.
Aaron's there someplace too.
Yeah, K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100.
I'm going to go down and finish my dinner, KM6SRR.
Is that allowed?
I asked my boss, and that's what she told me.
My Siamese cat just showed up.
Good evening, Aaron, and your counterpart there, Brittany. Boy, the radar's hammering me tonight.
Yeah, just let me know if you need the noise blanker.
Luckily, they're not bothering me. Wait a second, I got the blanker on. I'll turn it off if I hear anything.
Yeah, either that, Bill, or you have the advantage of being farther south.
Yeah, even with the blanker off, they're not there. Normally, they just come blasting in here. Of course, I'm pointed pretty much towards the north, so maybe I'm on a no. A6MYC, AA6S.
Yeah, go ahead, Bill.
Did you guys there at KLM ever make an 18-foot dish for C-band satellite?
Well, we made a 16 or a 5-meter dish, which I have one of.
The reason I asked, on the way up to Three Rivers, there used to, or not Three Rivers, but Rocky Hill. Right below Rocky Hill, there was one of those things planted years ago. I don't know if it's still there or not. I haven't been by it in years, but it was one of those. It must have been at least a 16. I don't think it wasn't. I don't think it was a 30. It wasn't. It had to be a 16 or an 18.
Where was it, and was it mesh?
Yeah, it wasn't solid. It was. It looked like it had some kind of one of those chain drives that goes around a thing to move it. I remember seeing that on it. I was wondering, man, I said, that'd make a heck of a moon bounce antenna. It was mounted out there. Whoever had it must have been using it or used it at one time.
I'll be darned. We had these 16-footers all over. We had one out in a restaurant in Hawaii and other places. But we sold quite a few of them in the early days when the satellites were only running 1 and 2 and 3 watts. Over.
Yeah, Roger. That was that far back. We had a 12-foot one at the store and it was pretty clean with 1-watt satellites, but when they raised the power, everything just went rock solid. I've still got mine in the backyard. If you know anybody wants one.
Oh, do you have a 16-footer?
No, I got it's a 10. 10, it's not a 12.
Okay.
12. 10. I think. It's one that Birdview made that's made on a lathe out of about 1/8 inch perforated aluminum.
Wow, pretty rugged. Why don't you just put a feed in it? We got a feed for that dish. In fact, I can loan you a feed while you're getting one made, or while you get one of us to make one for you. But we've got a nice CP feed for that dish, and put that sucker on the moon. Over.
I ain't got that much ambition, Mikey. Thank you for the offer there. I wouldn't have any way to figure out how to XY move the thing. I mean, this thing is heavy. I mean, it's got, when I say heavy, it's heavy.
Well, I have all the heavy equipment, but it is a project, and you may not want to do it at this time of your life.
Not at heading for 81 years old.
You have the amplifier, though, that would do the job.
What amplifier?
You have your 1296 kilowatt or 600 watt.
I'd probably have to haul it out by the dish so I didn't lose all my power getting out there.
Oh, you don't. Well, it depends on how far the dish is, but if you got a run of 50 to 100 feet, an inch and 5/8 should be fine.
Yeah, it's probably 100 feet away.
Okay, well, I'm pointed over towards, I don't know, do you want to check and see if Ron's going to be here? I'm pointed towards Santa Cruz right now.
Yeah, I'll head it over there. While we're talking here, it's going towards Santa Cruz, AA success.
Beaming toward the Bay Area, and we're looking for check-ins from the Bay Area on 432-100 K6MYC. I think I'm pointed toward the Bay Area. Maybe I'm not pointed toward the Bay Area.
No, Mike, you were off frequency for a second. I got you back on. K6USY.
Oh, maybe Tom is around. K6S, KW6S, AA6S. You around, Tom?
No, Tom is not going to be here tonight. He has an engagement with his daughter.
Okie doke. Well,
I'm going to step outside very quickly and see where my antenna's pointed, because I'm not getting any response from the Bay Area, which is quite weird. I'll be back in a minute.
Well, Mike, you were off frequency for like 10 or 20 seconds. I had to put you back on 100.
If you're pointed towards the Bay Area, I am here in 5MTD, but the signal is weak.
Able 6 Sugar, AA6S, you copy me, over? QRZ, the 5 that said Bay Area. QRZ, Able 6 Sugar, AA6S.
November 5, November Papa Delta is here.
N5 NTD, N5 NTD, AA6S. Able 6 Sugar, over.
Able 6 Sugar, N5 NTD. November 5, November Papa Delta. Brett down over here in Newman. Bozo number is 1129, I believe. Didn't look this evening, so over.
Yeah, Roger. We're located in Visalia. I didn't move the antenna. And hear you long enough, I might have went off of it. I think you were stronger when I was farther towards the west. But we're located in Visalia. The name is Bill. N5NTD. Bozo number here is 800. N5NTD, AA6S, over.
Gotcha there, Bill. Yeah, if you're pointing to the Bay Area, you should be hitting me pretty good. So I'm over here in Newman, just north of Los Banos. So usually when they're pointing to the Bay Area, they're coming right across my path here. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Boy, this long Yagi is sure directional. It's like tuning an IF transformer when I went across you. You're smoking in. No problem. I'll let it get back to the net here. N5NTD in Newman, AA6S in Visalia.
All right, sir. Have a great evening. Same for you, to you. AA6S N5NTD.
Roger, 73s.
I'm out of calibration here. I got to do a calibrate. I'll be back in a minute.
Roger, Mike. We had Brett from Newman check in there. How you doing, Brett? If you're still on there, N5NTD, this is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo, number 432. Over. I guess he's in and out. Bill, his number is 1129. Over.
Yeah, Roger. He said it, but I didn't write it down. Yeah, he was putting in a pretty good signal here. I don't know if I've ever worked him or not.
Yeah, he's been getting active here lately. I'm not sure if he's been doing it a long time or not, but yeah, I hear him on the other nets and stuff too. So he's getting involved there. It's good to hear him on there. KM6SR, standing by.
Yeah, Roger, Rob. Thanks for the info. KM6SRR, AA6S.
guess it will be getting up here momentarily. Every 15, and also good evening to John.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm having trouble with the rotator controller, but it's starting to work correctly now. I'll be another minute.
Yeah, I just heard him on the YouTube channel there. Yeah, I've got one of the small Yagis up on top of the rack in the truck, and just 50 watts. I don't have the amplifier. I'm going to get my
N60YH 195 checking in.
Who was the check-in, please?
N60YH 195.
You're talking way too fast, please. Give us your call sign and your Bozo number slowly. Give us your call sign and your Bozo number slowly, please.
I hear somebody else talking under there, Mike. So I was standing by. It's Mike, N60YH, Bozo 195, over.
QSL, Mike, we've got you now. Okay.
You hear those stations under me?
Okay, I believe I'm now pointed toward the Bay Area. Does anybody in the Bay Area copy me? I'm having calibration problems with the rotator.
KB6BA.
Okay, I must be pointed right. I hear you, Oliver. KB6BA as numbers 900.
QL.
I'm giving the information to Judy here. and she's taking the log for me. So just bear with me, guys. His name is Oliver. Okay, Oliver, take a transmission and see how you're doing there.
Yeah, I'm getting my car fixed today, so I had to wait a few hours and just sort of took it easy. I say like most days this week.
You're too quick for me. I couldn't get back and forth across you, Oliver, so I lost you. 36 You're going too quick, Oliver. I need you to talk a while so I can peek on your signal, please. Over.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, the Livermore Amateur Radio Club is a meeting Saturday morning, which I hope to make. If I can get my car fixed tomorrow. I've got new tires today, and tomorrow I have to have an adjustment done on the car. Hopefully that's routine. And on Sunday we have a flea market in the Bay Area. I haven't made too many of them. Bay Area Flea Market is a mixture of classic gear and some computer stuff, but I enjoy socializing with people. How's that? K6MYC, KB6BA.
Yeah, thank you, Oliver. I've got you pretty well pinpointed now. KB6BA in the San Jose, Santa Clara area. K6MYC, very good. Yes, and fine on the flea market this coming Saturday. We've got a flea market coming up also on May 25 down in the Clovis area. It's going to be a good one. 2 radio clubs, Clovis Amateur Radio Club, CARP, and Fresno Amateur Radio Club, FARC, are going together with a bunch of stuff from sales from deceased hams. Should be quite a good one with lots of equipment. Maybe something you want to make. You might find some stuff down here that would you would find interesting. Anyway, it's May 25. It's in Clovis on Phillips Avenue, Phillips. If anybody wants more information, Rob can pass on the address.
Okay, thanks. I'll mark down the day and see what I can do. KB6BA.
Yeah, if you do come down, make sure I should be there. Quite a few of the Bozo members will be there. Rob will be there, and several others, including Ken, WA60YB, and so on. All right, thanks for checking in, Oliver, and bearing with me. I just had lost calibration. This rotor every now and then does something strange. And this time, instead of going full clockwise or full counterclockwise, it went full clockwise. So it was really screwing me up because I kept trying to get away from clockwise or counterclockwise, and I would go about 3 degrees and it would quit. It was because it was up against the clockwise limit, which is backwards to what it's been doing in the past. So that's what took me so long to calibrate here this evening. Anyway, I just wanted to make sure I was pointing close, and I've got you at 283, so it's very, very close. Anyway, let's see who else we have in the Bay Area. Thanks for a little bit of delay here this evening, guys. K6MYC, Bozo Net, beaming the Bay Area.
W6PQL.
Okay, that's W6 Papa Queen London, PQL. His number is 1296-1296. That's Jim. Okay, good evening, Jim. Take a transmission, and we'll see who else you're hearing over there. W6PQL in Fremont, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike, conditions seem to be pretty good tonight. I was just pointed up at Paul and chatting with him for a bit. And, gosh, he was about 10 or 20 over down here. So, pretty good up into his area. And you picked up a moment ago to 10 or 20 over yourself. Jim Eagleson's on, Ed is on, and those are the only 3 I've heard so far. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, very good. Well, we'll pick up Jim there. I wiggled the antenna back and forth. Boy, it's very sharp tonight. I went 5 degrees either side of center, and you dropped way off. So it's really touchy and very much of the pattern that I would expect here tonight. Some days it's all diffused. Okay, let me get Jim in here. The other Jim, WB6, JNN, WB6, Japan, Nancy, K6MYC. Go ahead, Jim. Jim, WB6J, and then really light copy. I didn't copy anything except the call sign. So we've got you logged in, but I can't copy anything. The signals are down at the moment. Kind of funny because Jim PQL was up quite strong, but I thought you'd be good, but right at the moment at least it's not doing you any favors, so we'll keep it short. Thanks very much for being there as always, Jim. WB6JNN, East San Jose, K6MYC. Anybody else for the Bozo Net? Over. I'm looking for WA6AXX. I'm looking for KT2G, KD6SOK, several others, K6MYC, Bozo Net, Bay Area, please.
Yeah, WA6AXX. Yeah, Jim, JNN gave you another transmission. That's why I paused. WA6AXX, no traffic.
Now, I could hear him in there, but I wasn't even sure if he was finished. Okay. Good evening, Ed. It's WA6 Alpha X-ray, and his number is 773, and that's Ed. And I heard somebody else also underneath you. Oh, I know who it was. It was Dennis. Here's another one for you, Judy. Dennis is WB6 ISO. WB6 ISO. He is number 86, and his name is Dennis. Okay, Dennis, let me see if we can pull you through here. I may have to move the antenna a little bit for you. Go ahead, Dennis.
I'm trying to get you off.
Now, by doubling with you, Dennis, you gotta take your time this evening. I'm going slow because I'm having Judy, my partner here, log you in. And so I'm giving her the information twice. You're hearing the same information twice because I'm giving it to her, so she doesn't know the calls as well as I do. Over. Are you copying me, Dennis? Well, okay. Dennis isn't hearing me. I'm hearing Dennis. Okay. Let's see if we got anybody else in here. KT2G, I think he's gone, but we'll check for Mark. KD6SOK, how about you, Fred? WB6WNI. Brett, I didn't mean to ignore you there, but I was having trouble with the rotator. Brett, N5NPD. We got you earlier, Brett. Good signal. Thank you very much for coming in. But I didn't even have the antenna quite in your direction at the time, but you're sounding good. Over.
Yep, that's all right. And I did check in with Alpha 6 Sierra there. And yeah, good to hear your voice tonight. Have a great evening.
Okay, you too. Thanks very much for your patience here this evening while I'm struggling with the rotator that's acting up on me here. I must have a wire that goes short on me every now and then. And when the rotator is turned on, it goes short, and then it rotates the antenna by itself in one direction or the other, depending on which way the switch is left in the rotator. So I'll have to remember until we find the broken wire, we'll have to turn off the rotator box when I'm not using it. Anyway, let's see. Is there anybody else in the Bay Area? How about KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie? KB6 WFC Daly City. Are you there, Mike? Nothing heard in Daly City. One last call for the Bay Area, K6MYC Bozo Net. Boy, pretty quiet over there. Must be the hot weather. Ed, let me turn it to you for a second, and you can tell me what your temperatures were like over there today. We were, again, about 90. Were you cool today?
let's see, I'll check right now. Bringing up the neighbor's weather station. Right now it's 58 degrees, 58, and it went up to 74. Yeah, so it was nice, 74 degrees. It was clear, perfectly clear all day. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, well, quite a bit cooler than here. We had a high, we were at 90. We were at 90 plus or minus a couple today. So it was another warm day. We thought we were going to get outside, and we got involved in a indoor project sorting out my old income tax stuff records for the last 10 years, getting rid of a lot of the older years and resalvaging and reusing the containers, which are made for folders, manila folders, and we got rid of some old bad containers and put some new ones in and so on and so forth. So it turned out to be a whole day of just paperwork shuffle. Hardly got outside at all except for breaks every now and then. Anyway, thanks for the update on that there, Ed. Good evening to you, and I assume that your home building project is coming along, or home repair is coming along well, over?
Yeah, so with income taxes, I think you want to keep like 7 years. Beyond 7 years, they can't get you. And let's see, so they demolished the bathroom, they demoed the bathroom. Looks great. So after 25 years, there was no water damage underneath behind the tiles or anything. No dry rot, no nothing like that. So the guys that built it originally for us did a great job. And so they're kind of getting the electrical ready for inception. So yeah, it's moving along, and we're comfortable living here, putting up a little bit of noise, but no big deal. So it's all good. It's NYC for your success.
The path is fading. When you fade out, it's really something, and you faded right down to nothing on me.
Wow, sorry about that. Let's see. Yeah, propagation.
Well, I also noted there was a directional change. I went looking for you after you started to fade, and I found you down here at 273 instead of 283, so it's off a little bit tonight. Either that or I've gone out of calibration again. I don't know. Anyway, we'll suffer through it with the rest of the net here, and then we'll figure out what's going on out there. We'll have to spend some time with the controller out at the tower. Maybe we can sort out which end, where the problem is at the tower, or up there or back here somewhere. Anyway, thanks for the update, Ed, and I'm glad you didn't find any dry rot. It's one thing to find water damage. That's kind of normal. But good you didn't find any dry rot. That really gets them excited. WA6AXX, K6MYC, clear. Listening for any final.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I said 7 years on the income tax, I think. Beyond that, they can't get you. And, no dry rot, no water damage, no nothing. So it was really good. Really well-built house. K6MYC, WA6AXX.
Okay, maybe they changed the rules. It used to be you had to keep your records for 10 years, so I've gone all the way back to 2014. And just as a backup, I kept 2013. We'll keep them for a while until we're absolutely sure we don't need them. But if it's only 7 years, that would be a few less boxes to have on the shelves, over.
Don't take my word for it. I'm not an expert, but I'm going to ask ChatGPT now, so I'll let you know if it's not 7.
Well, that's okay. You can do that, but I can also check with my tax CPA guy or CPA people. They would know for sure. Anyway, thanks for that. Heads up, and maybe we can get rid of a few more bundles of paper there. All right, K6MYC looking for any other further check-ins in the Bay Area. If nothing else, we'll go on up to Oakley.
Kilo 6, Whiskey India Sugar, bounce pass.
Okay, I hear 2. We've got K6, Whiskey India Sugar. His number is 637, and that's Paul. And Good evening to you, Paul. And I heard somebody else also underneath you, but I couldn't copy, so we'll have to get some help on that one. What do you got, Paul? Any other check-ins there, over?
Yeah, good evening, Mike. A bit of QSB on this band right now with you down in the south, but anyway, you're right now just south of the Bay Area, and we've got a couple of check-ins, KR6MR, who you might catch later. I had a QSO with John earlier, and also KE6ILX is in here too, Jeff up in Grass Valley, over.
Okay, I didn't get all of that. You're going too fast for very poor receive conditions here this evening. I got KR6MR. We'll get John in just a few minutes. We'll be up his way. How about N1PPP or Kent KA6OSX? Were they in there?
Negative. The other station was Kilo Echo 6 India Lima X-ray KE6ILX. Jeff, over.
Yeah, okay, that's Jeff. Okay, very good. I'll get Jeff in a few minutes as well, but we can write him down. It's KE6ILX. He's number 96, and his name is Jeff. Okay, thank you for that. We'll get John when we come around. I want to hear John, and I could probably also copy Jeff as well. All right, let's go up to Oakley and see what we hear. Jeff, Paul, thank you very much for the call. The band is in poor shape. It's fluttery. It's all over the place. And it looks like I'm out of calibration again because I've got you clear down here at 270. So this looks like for some reason I'm not getting all my pulse counts from the rotator. So there's something wrong with the cable somewhere. So I'm just going to have to wing it a little bit tonight here. Good evening, Paul. Thanks for the help, and stick around if you can. What was the other one?
Yeah, I heard a KD6BQ trying to check in. I don't know if you're going to hear him over in the Nevada area.
Yeah, I got you, Dennis, but I didn't get the call sign. I've got you checked in, Dennis. I did respond to you, but you didn't come back to me.
Yeah, I didn't hear you at the present time. Yeah, I heard KD6BQ, Richard.
You heard Richard up in Washoe Valley. Well, we'll get up there. You heard his 5 watts. It's pretty good, Dennis.
Yeah, I heard him quite a while trying to check in, so in case you're missing, you might just put him down. Mike, can I give him again to Paul? WB6 ISO, Bozo 86.
Okay, well, we'll be up there in a few minutes. Thanks, Dennis.
Roger, Roger.
Okay, now let me see. I'm going to go to 800. Or somewhere, what I think may be 300, I'm sorry, N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO. Ken, give me a chatter, and I'll see if I can peek on you, Ken. N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC, over. N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC. I hear 711, so we'll get you, John. This is K6 Mexico, Italy, MI. His number is 711, and his name is John. 711, we call him In and Out.
That's all right.
Okay, good enough, Mr. In and Out. We got you. Thank you, John.
Down at the radio and promptly fell asleep.
Okay, let's see. I don't hear, I'm not sure where I'm pointed. That's the problem. Has anybody heard N6RO yet? Anybody copy N6RO? He should be in here, but he's running a small little antenna. It's an Oakley 4-element thing. But I can usually hear him.
Oakley or elk?
Well, he's in Oakley. The antenna's in elk, over. It's a temporary antenna. He's got his other mast in process of going back up. He just poured the concrete yesterday. But it'll it'll be a month or so before all the antennas get displayed or put on the top of the tower, if you will. Anyway, he'll be back with a 6 wavelength M squared before too long. But tonight he's on the small little elk. 6RO, last call for a while, K6MYC. Okay, nothing heard. Let me go on up to Sacramento. This is towards Sacramento. KJ6KFB or KO6KD, anybody?
KE6ILX.
I hear you. Very strong, Jeff. We've already got you checked in, but good to hear you. Good, strong signal tonight, and I'm not sure I'm peaked on you, so if you'll give me like a 30-second transmission, I can make sure that I'm either calibrated or I'm out of calibration. Over.
Okay, yeah, I think I've got the truck pointed at you. I've got, still just on the 45 watts on the radio, and I've got one of my moon bounce antennas for the 432 up on top of the truck, pointed your direction, so hopefully you got a peek on me there. KE6ILX 96 and Charlie Mike 99.
Yep, very good. We got you all okay, and a good signal from the truck this evening, Jeff. Good to hear you. We did log you in earlier because I think it was Paul said he heard you in there, so I went ahead and had you logged in here. Judy is helping me with the logging tonight, so I'm going very slow so she can get the call signs. Anyway, thanks much, and let's take a listen and see if we can hear. Are you hearing anybody in Sacramento? We should have KJ6 Kilo Foxtrot Bravo. We also should have KO6KD Kilo Oscar 6 Kilo Delta Bill. Either one of you guys on frequency, K6MYC. KO6KD, K6MYC.
He wants you to move your antenna back towards Sacramento. That is Bill, KO6KD, trying to check in, over.
Yeah, I hear Bill now. Just come up out of the noise. KO6KD 776, and that's Bill. Okay, I got you, Bill. Good evening. KO6KD, K6MYC. Have you heard Darren tonight?
Yeah, Darren said he was not going to be here, and he wanted to have somebody check him in. They had to go do some other things just prior to that. Over.
Yeah, very difficult copy tonight. Just signals are way down tonight for me. I don't know why. I'm sure I'm pointed at you because I peeked on you.
Disappeared.
And strangely enough, you're coming in right at the spot that you should be. So I think I'm still in calibration, but some of the signals are off by 10 or 15 degrees tonight, as usual. When it gets like this, it's usually a very poor night from the standpoint of signal strength. The only thing I haven't got, can you just give me Rogers? Has Darren checked in, or is he here tonight? Is Darren here? Give me Rogers.
Relay. Yeah, somebody tell him that he didn't do that. Darren was not here, but he wants to be checked in, so no. Through proxy, I guess.
Relay there, Mike. Darren is not here this evening. Would like to be checked in, over.
Okay, somebody else would like to check in, but Darren is not here. Who else wants to be checked in, Dennis?
Anybody else? That was Bill just said that Darren was not going to be here tonight and wanted to be checked in. Did you have somebody else, Bill, that wanted to be checked in?
Nobody.
Nothing heard nothing there at all there, Mike, over.
Speak slowly, Dennis. It's very difficult copy. I've got Beale Air Force Base pulsing me. I've got power line noise and very poor, weak, fluttery signals. Say it slowly.
Yeah, as far as I do not know of anybody else at this time that needs to be checked in, over.
I heard 70, over.
No other check-ins at this time, over.
No other check-ins, okay.
Roger.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, keep an ear out for N6RO. He should be checking in, but he's got a very small antenna tonight.
Okay, N6RO, where you at?
Yeah. In the meantime, I'm going to, you might also look for Redding, KD6 Sugar Whiskey. If you want to spin around, Dennis, it would be fun if you can work Rich directly. Why don't you turn around and we'll go to Nevada, and I'll come back from Nevada, and you can tell me whether you made contact with Rich. He should be in here on 432 tonight, KD6 Sugar Whiskey, over.
Roger. I will be listening in that direction in the pleasant evening to Mr. Bill.
All right, thanks much. I'm going to go to Nevada.
759 KR6MR.
Oh, I didn't forget you, John, but I forgot you. Okay, that's John, KR6MR 759, and the name is John. Okay, we got you, John. Good, strong signals here at the moment. Who knows? Go ahead.
Yeah, well, we're just lucky, I guess. Good signal right now, over.
Yeah, you're really strong. What I'd like to do is have you make a little longer transmission, and I'll peek on you, because earlier everybody seemed like they were off by 15 degrees, even after I calibrated the system. But now you seem to be coming in right where you're supposed to be. So let me see if it's the band or if it's my calibration, John, over.
Roger. It's probably a combination. You were fading out a little bit. You were fading out. I did send an email to Mike, KB6WFC, asking about a amplifier. Over.
Oh, you did contact him today on the KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. You contacted him today, you said?
I sent him an email about 10 minutes ago. It'll take a while for him to respond.
Oh, QSL, okay. Well, good luck. Hopefully he'll be able to give you the information on his and where he got it and how much he paid. So they'll have some reference for something that's 100, 120, 150 watts, over.
Roger. And for an update for temperatures, today's high was 85. It is now 69.6 degrees, over.
And the band did the same thing again. It just took a big dive on you. I heard you Rogers and about 3 more words, and you went right into the noise. The band is just horrible. Judy's sitting here. We're both shaking our heads. It's unbelievable.
You head on up to Nevada, and I'll look for you Sunday evening. This is Kilo Romeo 6, Romeo.
Okay, very good. I'm coming back your way. I'm going to stop and see if Dennis is able to work Rich up there in Redding, KD6 Sugar Whiskey. So I'll be stopping back in just a few minutes. I'm going to Nevada now, K6MYC, Nevada.
KE6VON 1040.
Okay, was that you, Adam?
Affirmative.
Too quick for me. Slower, please.
Kilo Echo 6, Victor Oscar November 1040, IRS 1040.
Okay, we got you now. KE6VON 1040. That's Adam. He's the chainsaw guy. Judy knows you because she's been putting you into my phone several times because we had the number wrong the first time. Anyway, gotcha, Adam. Thank you. Good to hear you. And I'm assuming you haven't had a chance to do any looking at things there, over.
I gave it some looking over earlier, went out, did a couple little quick things on it, and a couple things I can tell you is they didn't touch it. They did not do a carb kit. They did not do points. That carburetor has not been apart. Still greasy, dirty, looks all original. I don't see any signs of new parts on it, so I don't believe they touched anything on it. And yeah, put some fuel down it, didn't get any fire. it's definitely got something going on. I got to tear into it more, but I had some other stuff to work on, so I just went over it real quick today and did some research on that motor. And well, that motor is going to be fun because it is old and parts are scarce. Over.
Yeah, well, if it gets to be ridiculous, we'll do what you suggest, and that's probably just put the Predator motor on there. If you think we can pick one up for $200 or $300, that would be good. So let's not sweat it too much. Did you check and see if you had spark? Over.
That was the one thing I didn't check yet. I didn't pull the plug and put my spark tester on it, so that is the one thing I will do first before I do anything else. I mean, it could be something very simple, so I'm going to go through that, finish troubleshooting before I say let's do a new motor on it. But I will say that if it comes down to doing parts, it will be cheaper in the long run to just put a new motor on it. So I'm also looking on the used market to see what is out there for so I find some good deals on Briggs & Stratton or Honda motors.
Yeah, either one of those are good. Briggs & Stratton is always good. Nothing wrong with Honda. Hondas are just superb. Okay, thanks, Adam. What we would do is just pull the spark wire off, and you can look for the spark when you pull the thing. You don't have to pull it very hard till you get a spark.
Stratton groups, and guys are like, holy cow, yeah, that's an old one. You're going to have fun getting parts for it. The points can be converted over to a regular ignition module off of a later model. A little bit of work involved, but it is possible. But like they're all saying, yeah, if it's too far gone, you're going to have more trouble trying to, source parts.
Yeah, what I said was maybe just simple thing. Just take this plug wire, snap it off, and just set it up so that the wire is bent about 1/8 of an inch from the spark plug itself. It will jump, and you can see it even in broad daylight. So, or you just put your hand on it and pull it gently, and you'll get a nice little jolt. That'll tell you whether you've got spark or not. That's the hard way, though. Over.
Yeah, that's not the way I like testing them, so I like the visual, not the feeling way. I've done it a few times, and it's no fun on those, that's for sure. But yeah, so that's the thing I'll do. I was going to ask you, was there an on-off switch somewhere on that thing? So when you went to shut it off, was there a switch somewhere? Because I couldn't find anything.
No, there's no switch. What you have to just choke it. It chokes to turn off. Over.
Gotcha. That's kind of what I figured.
It goes off real normal, and it doesn't seem to impair the next pull for the start.
Yeah, no, that's a normal method on some of these older ones anyways.
Yeah, okay. Alrighty, let you go, and maybe we'll catch you Sunday night. Oh, you won't be on Sunday night because you're on the bed in the firehouse, aren't you?
Hey, Fern, man, you won't catch me next week either because I'm not going to be here. I'll be over in Paso Robles in class all week, so you'll hear from me in 2 weeks.
Okay, well, we'll just keep an ear on it. If you happen to get a chance to pull it, just confirm you have spark, or if you can confirm you do not have spark, that would be easier because then we just have to work on getting spark. My gut feel says if it doesn't have spark, it won't start, obviously. If it does have spark, it should fire. If it doesn't have fire when you squirt into the carburetor with a little juice and you've got good spark, then there's something seriously wrong. I don't know if those guys pulled the plug. It's possible that some stupid little piece of carbon or something got in between the spark plug, and it's just shorting the plug out. And that may be something where it is worthwhile just pulling the plug quickly and taking a look. Over.
Oh yeah, no, I intend to pull the plug and check all that before I go any further. Yeah, no, we're gonna check all that. I'm gonna throw the compression, my compression tester on it just to check, see what I'm getting for compression as well. And but yeah, I may do that tomorrow. We'll see. If I have a little bit of time, we've got a little running around to do tomorrow. Doctor's appointment in the morning, and then a little bit something to do in the afternoon. But yeah, we'll get it checked out. If not, when I get back.
Yeah, Thank you, Adam. Well, those two things, checking the spark and the compression, are pretty easy. You got to pull the plug anyway. Those two things, and if we can get an answer on yes, we have spark, and yes, we have compression, then it's just then it's a matter of scratching your head and looking at the plug to maybe be sure the plug isn't damaged in some way or clogged with a piece of carbon or something across the point. All right, I'll leave you to it, my friend. Thanks so much for the heads up, and give me a jingle on the phone if you come up with some revelation there. KE6BON, K6MYC 73.
Alrighty. And the number you called me on the other day, what was that? Was that your house phone or your cell phone?
I think it was Matt that called you. That was Matt's cell phone. It's 994-3499. That would be Matt's number. Over.
Let's see. 994. I had a 994-5105.
Well, 5105 is my number. Matt's number is 3499.
Okay. I'll put that one down as you then. I thought I had your number in here, but I'll put that down as you.
Yeah.
Catch you later.
Yeah, it would be better if you called Matt with any information, because he's on his phone and mine is in very bad repair. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I didn't have it on all day today because it was acting up. So it'd be better to call the 3499 number. He's the one that brought it over there. He's tuned up on what's going on with it, and he's very sharp mechanically. So anything you tell him will be absorbed immediately. Over.
Got it. 3499. I just wrote that down.
That's it. 994-3499. Thank you. 73.
All right. Catch you later. KE6VON.
Okay. Now I'm on my way here to Nevada. Didn't quite get to Nevada. I got the same problem here. I can't get to Nevada tonight. What is going on with this? Well, let's see who I can hear up there in Nevada. How about it, Richard? KD6BQ, K6MYC. I hear you in there, Richard, very lightly at the moment. We've got very poor conditions, and it appears I have some problem with the rotator because it's not going all the way to, I'm due north right now, but I really should go a little further, so I may not be on you exactly. But anyway, we got you. I heard your audio in there. Let me see if I can hear Larry or anybody else on here. Larry, are you here, or is Daniel here? KE7UQL, Daniel. I don't hear Daniel. N7 Whiskey Tango. You, Larry? The station that called, try it again. We're listening for a letter. We're trying to pick up any letters in your call sign, and I just couldn't get it. Try it again. Try it again. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie. Bozo Net. Go ahead. Roger, Larry. Solid copy on CW, Larry. N7 Whiskey Tango, thank you for calling in. Solid copy. Roger, Larry. Give me a Roger, over.
Roger. Got it. Tonight I heard you and you couldn't hear me all the time.
Yeah, I I got the antenna. I can't get it quite around in your direction. Something's changed here, and I don't know what's going on, but something's changed in the rotation here. Anyway, we got you. We got you logged in, and I'm not sure if I've heard Daniel or not. Have you heard Daniel yet? Over, over.
WB6JNP.
Is it W6JN, Okay, can you give me just Rogers or not? Negative on Daniel. Rogers or negative? Over. Roger. Okay, Roger, we thought so. Okay, thank you for Daniel. Write down KE7UQL. 272, and his name is Daniel. Okay, we got Daniel logged in. Thank you, Larry. Thank you. Sorry for the weak conditions and the poor antenna pointing problem here. 73s, guys, and we'll see you Sunday. We'll see you Sunday on 2 meters, and maybe we'll have some good 6-meter contacts in the meantime. 73 Larry, N7WT with KD6BQ and KE7UQL, K6MYC. 73. Roger, Larry, and Roger, Daniel. 73s, we got your CW. 73s, Richard. I hear your 272, Daniel. Thank you. Very weak. It's not your fault. I don't think I can get the antenna quite on you. The antenna's not pointing quite in your direction here. I'm running into a physical stop here in the rotator. But we got you, Daniel. Thank you very much. Good to hear you. KE7UQL, K6MYC. Bye-bye, Daniel. 73, Daniel.
KE7UQL, Daniel, this is KM6SRR. You got a copy? Over. Yeah, Daniel, I can barely hear you. I heard my call sign. Good to hear you on there. Just wanted to see if we could make a copy. Over.
I'm going to go back and see if I can get Ken, N6 Radio Oscar here. Let me go back. N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar. N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC. Do you copy me at all, Ken?
Dane is in there, Mike. And 73 guys in Nevada, KM6SR, standing by.
Are you hearing Ken?
Dane is in there, WB6JNP.
Dane, okay, let me get that one for, I didn't hear Dane. Okay, here's one, WB6, Japan, November, Papa, JNP. His number is 107. His name is Dane, D-A-N-E. He lives in Coarse Gold also. Okay, you got Dane logged in. Thanks, Rob. Can you hear, would you check and see if you can dig out Ken in there? N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC. Ken? N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC. Listening for you, Ken. Over, over.
N6RO, KM6SR with K6MYC. Standing by. N6RO, are you on tonight for the 432 Bozo Net? I'm not hearing anything, Mike. My offset keeps changing. Now I look like I'm 90 degrees off. Over.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm having the same problem with the rotator. I don't know what the hell's doing tonight. Some guys are coming in right where they're supposed to be, and other guys are off 15 degrees. And then when I can't rotate all the way to past north by 14 degrees, I know I got a problem. It goes up and stops at at 359 degrees, which means it's short by 15 degrees from where it should go. So something screwed up somewhere, and I'll have to get Frank on Saturday, and we can maybe find out which end it's at and see if we can get a repair on it. I think I got a wire that's shorting, and I'm not getting all the pulses that should be coming back for some reason. Anyway, thanks, Rob. And I think we're done for this evening. I did get we done a pretty good list tonight. We got 20. About 24 here, not bad.
Yeah, I got 22. I wonder where I messed up.
Well, with me, it's 23, I believe. Anyway, that's close enough. Rob, I may have goofed up in my first. I made the first logs entries of about 6 or 7 guys, and I might have skipped a line in there somewhere. And then Judy took over, and you can almost read it now. Over.
Roger. Yeah, I didn't put myself in, so that's why I get 23.
Okay, then we're okay. Good. And let's see, Aaron, thank you very much. Appreciate your help, obviously, on all of this. I'm sorry about I must have bumped the knob whenever I have trouble in the shack, I'm working right over the top of the radio on the rotator, and I must have brushed the knob with my hand to get off 4 kilohertz. And I finally put it in lock, and then I can't do that anymore. I normally run the thing in lock, so it doesn't matter if I bump it or not, but for some reason tonight I didn't put it in lock. Anyway, we're done for the evening. Thanks so much, everybody, and appreciate putting up with my rotor control problems here. KM6SR, and then over to Aaron and anybody else. I'm missing Frank tonight. We're missing K6BBG. I guess Dave's must be feeling worse and worse to not check in at all. Over.
Yeah, we're missing Kerry too, I think. Over.
Yeah, we're missing a lot of easy ones. It would have been easy a 25 night with no problem, but yeah, so I haven't heard Kerry either for a few nights. I can't believe he's that busy, but maybe he is. But Frank's not in. Frank went to the chiropractor today, but he probably came home in terrible shape, and all he wanted to do is crawl into bed, so that's probably where he is. Yeah, he hurt his back up in another job. He stepped on a rock and rolled his ankle and fell over and landed on his butt and just put his back out something fierce. So, oh boy. Anyway, he's also lost his phone, so I couldn't, that's why we couldn't get any comm with him. And he feels so bad with the back, he didn't go out to the shack. So, all things going negative for Frank at the moment. Anyway, sorry about Dave. I wish that he would be more active. Doesn't have any excuse to walk to the shack, although it's pretty warm, but I don't think that would stop him. It's usually the cold that keeps him from going out. KM6SR to take it, and then over to Aaron, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike, I'm sure you're probably going to go sample a cookie or something there. So have fun. K6MYC, KM6SR. Go ahead, Aaron.
You read me like a book.
Yep, there's always a cookie at the end of the net. K6USY.
That's for sure. Thank you, Aaron.
Yep, no worries. That's why we're here.
Alrighty, we'll see you on Sunday night.
Yes, sir. Yep, I'm going to go up to Sequoia National Park tomorrow and play radio.
Oh, is there some kind of a contest or something?
Nope, doing parks on the air, so just do my own little thing, making my own little pile up. Can't get a pile up when I'm at home, but I can go out to the woods and people will call me all afternoon.
There you you go. There you go. Build that ego up a little bit. All right, have fun up there in Yosemite. Is you going Sequoia or Yosemite?
Sequoia. It's a little bit easier and not as busy.
Yeah. No, Sequoia's good. That's a good spot. There's lots of nice places. There's a YMCA camp up there we used to go to every year, and several other places. There's some good radio locations up there. 7-3, have fun. K6MYC going that way.
Alrighty, Mike. We'll catch you later. K6USY DMO6.
Hey, Aaron, what band are you going to be on? KM6SR?
I have no idea at this point.
Okay. And one other thing I wanted to ask you, I'm trying to get some hardware lined up for Marcus. What size bolts did you use to hold your strut channel on the fascia, over?
The bolt?
Yeah, did you go any bigger than 1/4 inch, or was that good enough?
I'm trying to remember what size I used. I was more concerned with the depth and the size. Yeah, and I just went over to Home Depot and got some. I think it was 1/4 inch bolts, but yeah, and then you just got to measure how long they need to be. And of course, I purposely went a little bit longer than I needed.
Yeah, that always saves trouble going back again. If you get the ones that are threaded the whole way, then that's real easy to do. And I think what I looked at, he's just got one fascia board thickness, so it's 1.5 inches, 1 5/8 long. Plus, you need room for your nut and lock washers and fender washers, over.
Yeah, I ended up using the Teflon, the nuts with the Teflon in them, and so that way they won't hopefully back out. But yeah, I'd be a little concerned with just fascia board. So with mine, there's an extra piece of structure behind my fascia board. So I wouldn't do what I did if it's just fascia board. You need to have some other piece of structure that you're also tying into.
Okay, I'll have to look at it again, but I thought I just saw one fascia board there, but it's got a lot of rafters coming out to it, so that makes it pretty strong, I think, over.
Yeah, you'll just have to take a look at it, but yeah, I ended up, I did it the way I did it because I knew there was another, I can't remember what size the piece of wood is, but there's a second piece of structural wood behind it, and I put the bolt through both pieces, the fascia and the structural support behind it.
Yeah, that's the way my house here is built. It has that extra board there. It doesn't come down as far, but it is behind it, so that makes it easier, over.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, so it was fun putting that up, and so far it's been doing okay. So yeah, we'll just have to make sure we don't overly structurally load his roof there.
Yeah, what I was thinking is you can only really put one little mast on each peak because, if you have any long antennas, they'll interfere with each other. And I think he's got one vertical we're going to put on the one you made up. So